Today we will be making empanada dough. Gather all your mixing bowls and spoons, and here we go. First you want to get your wet mix going. You're going to put in 1/2 cup of liquid egg, 2/3 of a cup of ice water, and 2 tablespoons of distilled white vinegar. Generally you want to dump that in a bigger container and scoop out your tablespoons. Next, we're going to do the dry mix. You want to do 4.5 cups of flour, and make sure you level off that flour, pack it in, level off the cup for precise measurements. With that, you need to do 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and then you want to get 2 sticks of butter, cold butter, or 1/2 pound or 1 cup, however you measure it. In this case, we're going to use 2 sticks. Dice it up into little cubes and spread it throughout your flour and salt mix. Next, you want to massage the butter into the flour and salt mix until it becomes coarse ground. You really want to work it in there. Move your fingers around, just find each piece of butter and just keep smashing it out. And eventually it will be crumbly, and you'll be able to squeeze anywhere in your mix and get a small ball out of it. And that's when you know you're good to go. Next, you want to stir up your wet mix and add that to your coarse crumble butter, flour, salt mix. Put that in, and you're going to want to mix that very similar. You don't want to use a mixer or a spoon. Use your fingers. You want to gently mix it. You're just kind of folding it and folding it. You're going to have to clean your fingers, and it will seem like it's a little dry when it's properly measured, but it's not. You want to keep kneading it together. Use your knuckles, put your weight on it, knead it, and then when you wrap it and refrigerate it, you want to do that. It's going to all come together. So again, it's going to seem a little dry to you, but it will be together. Notice how I knead it with my knuckles, flatten it out, kind of mold it, flip it over, get it into a nice shape. And then is what I did was cut it in half, and we'll wrap it into 2 packets, and we will put it in the refrigerator for about an hour. You can put it in overnight. The point of the refrigerator is it will bring the dough together, so when you roll it out, it'll be very workable. Right now it's a little too warm. It needs to rest. There's 1 packet ready for the fridge. We'll put the second packet in, and we'll wait about an hour, and then we'll roll and cut out our circles. Alright, for the purposes of what I had to use, we chose a aerosol spray can. Clean it off. You're going to have a rolling pin. It'll be much easier. You want to roll your dough out. It'll be tough in the beginning because it's cold. You want to roll it out, flour your surface, start rolling the dough, flour your rolling pin, flip it over a few times if you can, and you want to get it rolled out to about the thickness of a credit card. So you can lay a credit card down, which you don't really want to do, but about that thick. Once you get 1 square rolled out, you're going to get about 10 to 12 circles. Put your funnel down, or whatever your desired circle is, and you're going to put them between parchment papers. Now if it's a little bit too thick, you can actually go in afterwards, after you've cut your circles, and roll it out just a little bit more. And take all your scraps, ball it up, wrap it up, throw it in the fridge. Maybe you can get a couple more circles out of it. Next, we want to grease our pan. We're going to put a tablespoon of our mix inside the dough, right in the middle. You want your edges to be dry, so when you fold it over and press it together, you don't want that liquid out on the edge. You want it to be dry on the edge. Fold it, press it with your fingers, roll it over, make sure it's sealed, and then you just go along the edge gently with a fork and put that nice design on it. It also seals it up a little bit more. And We'll do it again. Again, roll it, keep at it, those edges dry, press it down, roll it over just a little bit, and then edge it with a fork for design and to seal it. Here we go. Just an easy edge onto your grease cookie sheet. You're going to put it in at about 350 and bake it till it's golden brown. You should, before you put it in, rub it with a little bit of butter. Now this is cinnamon and sugar. It's probably about a 50-50 mix. And when we come out of the oven with our empanadas, we could go a little more golden brown than this if we put a little more butter on before we cooked it. And then, see the bottom, you want them nice and golden brown. These ones had holes in them when we did the dough, so you're going to get a different product when you have a hole in the dough as you're putting them together. So you want to be careful to seal them tight. As they're still hot, rub it with butter. Once you get them all rubbed with butter, pour your cinnamon and sugar mix all over the top of it. Don't be shy. Generous, generous, generous. Load it right up. You can use the remainder afterwards. Shake it off a little, and you got an empanada. Ready to serve. Delicious. And good for you. Thank you for watching. Have a nice empanada.